How's everybody feeling today? Yeah, a lot of things to talk about. The 2xKO roster stuff got confirmed Thursday at the end of my stream. I didn't realize that was about to happen. But the funny thing is when they were like, do you want everybody to come on? I was like, I don't think I need them. The video was so comprehensive. I assumed their answer to every question was going to be like, we can't say, but we look forward to letting you know when we can. I thought it was going to be like that. But then they just ripped it and they're like, all right, we got 10 characters on launch. And I was like, what the heck? Obviously, I want more. I think everybody wants more. If I could choose to have more characters, I think literally everybody would want more. I want more characters, man. It's not a lot of characters for a 2v2 game. And a lot of people say, well, you have these fuses and stuff. The fuses are cool and they make the gameplay different, especially on a user basis or like how you deal with stuff. But if you're fighting like Ari Darius and they're on freestyle, or Ari Darius and they're on 2x assist, you're still fighting Ari Darius. You're still interfacing with the same characters. It feels the same. I want more characters. But I can tell you, if I had to choose between the game launching with 10 characters this year or the game launching with like 12 or 14 or 16 next year, I know what I would choose. In fact, if I could choose to launch the game now with 7 characters, I would probably take that over delaying the game to have more characters at all. If you played League on launch, if you played Valorant on launch, if you played LOR or TFT, they pretty much like ship games with gameplay. And that's like how it is. It's like, this is our gameplay. And then they start adding on stuff over time. Like the way Valorant launched was it like 8 agents or something in beta or whatever they had? It was not very many. They have 5 per team. So you just saw the same agents over and over. And like, it was fine. It was what it was and everybody played it. Same thing with League of Legends when it came out. They're going to release the game with 10 characters. And they're probably going to launch a new character very quickly. And then they're going to launch the next character very quickly. I'd be surprised if they weren't cranking the characters out. I'm probably not too like, oh, dang it, about 10 characters compared to some people. Because this is kind of what I expected because it's a Riot game. Riot games ship just like basic gameplay and like very few things for you to do, and they just send you to the wolves. And it's interesting, if you come at it from like a fighting game perspective, as someone who's never played any other Riot games, you're probably like, how is this game gonna save the genre? How are they gonna get people to hold on to these games in the same way that like League or Valorant and all these other things are? But like, those games still don't have extensive single player content. They didn't launch Valorant doesn't have replays. This doesn't surprise me. I want more characters though. I think their characters are like pretty interesting and I think the fuses are cool, but I think you need more to chew on. I would just like not expect this game to be like the savior of fighting games because I don't think it needs to be saved, first of all, but also it's just another video game, man. Like, you gotta calm down. Fighting games don't need saving. We have so much cool stuff happening just for Street Fighter alone. Literally every night in Japan, they have like a new Street Fighter event that's huge. And like the top 1, 2, 3, 4 most watched games on Twitch, literally every night. There's tons of people playing the game. Tekken, in a few hours, maybe an hour or something, is launching its Season 2 balance patch. Fatal Fury just ended its test and it's gonna come out very soon here. Guilty Gear just released Venom and it has new characters coming out. Grand Blue is releasing DLC for new stuff very soon. Uni released their DLC and it's like a sick game. It's alive and kicking. Virtua Fighter is making a new game. Hunter x Hunter is coming out this year as well. Every old game is like remastered with better online play and stuff. Like, I don't think the genre needs to be saved. It's in a great spot. I just don't think you can't have an expectation to save a genre simply on one game's shoulders for nothing, really. Like, when the genre is like pretty chill, right? I feel like there's other genres that are like far more in dire straits than us. No, I don't know who we're saving fighting games for. It's not me. Like, maybe it's someone else. Anyway, back to 2xKO. If we talked directly about what they showed in the video was awesome. So many changes that I think are good for new players and so many changes that I think are good for experienced players. Way more promising and interesting for like long-term depth and like kind of decision making in the game than what the Alpha Lab version was. Because of the way combos are now and like the hard knockdown and meter systems, there's a lot more stuff to think about and like the game feels faster and like more fluid than before, where it was very like, get the hit, do the best combo, and then get the best setup, and then your opponent like push blocks you, and then that was like the interactions over and over and over, because like otherwise they just die. The changes they showed to that look a lot better. I think they also made a lot of changes that help new players, which is like one of my bigger fears about the version we played a while ago. No auto combo besides just the fuse, I think was like a pretty tough sell, and then not having other modes for people to help learn. But the auto combo stuff really helps. I think like their changes look really good. But yeah, I agree. 10 characters is very low. I wish there was more than 10 like everybody else. I also expect more characters will probably release pretty quickly. And if they don't, we're going to have a big problem. If the character pace is like really slow, or even if the pace is like similar to what other fighting games are doing, I think that's probably not fast enough for a lot of people, right? I hope the game is out sooner as well. Like, I don't want to wait a long time for 10. I think if they're like, all right, we got to release the game with 10 characters so it's out quicker, and then they release it like December 31st, I'm going to be Like, guys, what's happening here? You know?